my bag. I got this at uni from a girl whose like parents had a connection with Kenya. That sounds really vague, but I think they work in a community hospital, I think. And she had spent some of her childhood living there. And she came back with a bunch of bags like this with different fabric and sold them at like a campus sale, raising funds for like the women's group. And so I got this one, which I love this one. And it's really, it's everything in it. But I'm also one of those people who, like, if I had a bigger bag, I would just fill the bigger bag. Like, all my bags are gonna look this full. So anyways, what I do like about it, maybe I can show you a bit better when it's empty, is it has 2 side zips, and then this main compartment also zips, which is possible. It's honestly probably even possible now with like all of the junk I have, but definitely possible if I take my jacket out, which is the first thing. I just feel like you can't go anywhere in Scotland like this. A backless shirt, no. Even if it is as many degrees as it is, there's always going to be a bit of shade. There's always going to be a bit of wind. Might even be some light rain, hail, who knows. So I brought this to wear, which is just a lightweight jacket that I thrifted. Where did I get this from? I actually don't know where I got this from, but anyways, I think it's super cute. It is originally from M&S. It's got buttons to attach a hood, but it didn't come with the hood. And I was wearing this walking down the street because I think it's such a good, like, lightweight summer jacket that's also a little bit water resistant. So anyways, I was walking down the street yesterday and this girl was like, "You rock that jacket." And I was like, wow, thank you so much. I do kind of and ah about it though, because I feel like it's very pale and I'm also very pale. So I don't know if it's just quite a lot of paleness going on, but yeah, I thought about embroidering something on the collar or the back, but again, I've just thought about it, which is where a lot of my creative projects are. I then have my keys, which has this little jelly cat on. My sister gave me this right before I went to the Isle of Skye last summer, which was my first time in Scotland. I moved to the Isle of Skye and worked on a lodge last summer. And this, as called by Jellycat, is Monroe, which I think is such a cute name for it, and obviously very Scottish. Then I have another gift from my sister, which is a Lego Iron Man, which combines my 2 favorite things. Plastic and men. Jokes. Iron Man and Lego, obviously. And my keys, my library card, and my gym scanner. So at first, my keys were quite sad. There was just my house key and my Lego. So we've since bulked up. This makes it a lot easier, Monroe, to find it in this black hole abyss. And sometimes I even just like chain him on to my belt, especially if I'm near home and I'm like, I'm gonna need this in a sec. Flip the key round so I don't drop it, and then just chill with Monroe fashion. I just really enjoy convenience and not losing things. I feel like these are common things to enjoy. What else do I have? This is also like, there's a load of junk in here, so I guess this is a what's in my bag, and also I'm gonna clean out my bag. I also have these Compeed, what are they called? Cold sore plasters, which I did not know existed until I got like my first cold sore in little ages. I have a whole spiritual association with cold sores, but I don't know if we're ready for it, so one day I'll tell you. But the week before I left my job, I got a cold sore. I've still got a little bit of the scar of one. It was ginormous though, and I woke up and I felt the tingle, and I was like, literally 7 a.m. I'm going to the shop. I bought Blistex, has always been what I've used. I got the cream, the lip balm, but in tub form, and then also this like moisturizing tube. Immediately lost the tub form of this, so went back the next day to get this. Okay, but then this other girl I worked with was like, you should get this, and I was like, to be honest, in a restaurant environment, I just want to put this on and not think about it, especially for like a 12-hour shift. So they changed my life. Then I have my sunglasses, which I love. These were like €2. I got them in this New Yorker shop, which I think is like all over Germany. I got them in Bamberg on my way to Munich last summer, which I can't believe was last summer. That feels like yesterday. They were essential because I didn't have sunglasses, and it actually is sunny in Bavaria. Who knew? Can't relate. They remind me of the sunglasses I had all throughout uni, which I got at TJ Maxx, and they were like even bigger though. They were like this big. It was like a bug. But when I graduated and I flew to the farm I was volunteering on, they were broken when I opened my bag, and I was like, It's the end of an era. I get it. Okay, then this book, the one I've been reading, I just reached the love section and it made me so sentimental. It's just so cute and precious. I love Mary Oliver with everything in me. I think I don't really care to like own a book. I'm very happy to use a library or an ebook or whatever. I don't feel the need to own it, and I also feel for me, because I move around so much, I've always kind of had that mindset. But I think it's different with Mary Oliver. Like, I actually have the desire to collect her work because it means so much to me. I think it's just so beautiful. It's just so like, what's the word? So integrated into daily life, and like her appreciation for nature and just life as it is in its daily motions, with its momentum of like partnership and appreciation for the world and the natural world. And I don't know, it's simple but profound. So yeah, this one is split into like some subsections, which is the journey, love, and then felicity. And I think they're beautiful. So this is a collection of poems. When I read poetry, sometimes I just kind of like read it. I don't really sit with it. Like, I know some people are like analyzing it. But today I was like really slowly reading these poems in the sunshine and thinking about it, but not really come to any thoughts, just like sitting with the words. Especially this one, which I will read to you, called That Tall Distance. So imagine you're on the shore in Leith and it's sunny and you're sitting on a bench with your back to the shade in the building, and your front to the world, the river, the water of Leith, and the ship on the shore. And you're looking up at the clouds and the sun is there, but you're in the shade, so you're not squinting. Perfect spot. And it's warm. Okay, we're there. That tall distance. That tall distance where the clouds begin. The forge that pounds out the lightning, and the black porch where the stars are dressed in light. An arrangement is made for the moon's path. It's these I think of now, after. A lifetime of goldfinches, meandering streams, lambs playing, the passionate hands of the sun, the coolness under the trees talking leaf to leaf, the foxes and the otters sliding on the snow, the dolphins for whom no doubt the seas were created, the spray of swallows gathering in autumn. After all that, the tall distance is what I think of now. And that's what I was thinking about, the tall distance, and how I'm not done thinking about the lambs and the goldfinches and the dolphins and the ocean. Like, I felt like, wow, I'm still so young and on the ground, and I can see how, like, in a different season of life, maybe I'd be thinking more about that tall distance and the gap above and around us. So yeah, I thought that one was really beautiful. And moving on. Then I also have this, which is my fave. I was wearing this on my walk there. I never would have worn this. I don't know, you know, when you're just like a teenager and you're just self-conscious, and now I'm like, I love it, so I'm gonna wear it. And I kind of feel like if you like something and you're drawn to it, it's a part of your aesthetic because it reflects some element of you that you enjoy enough to want and to wear. So it's my thing. Yeah, I got it from a store when I was working in Queenstown. And I also have a blue one, but this one, it's so funny to me how you can have like the same thing, but they're slightly different. I do think like the fabric changes things, obviously, and like when things are handmade, every version is a little unique, and that's part of the charm. But yeah, this one is very well loved. You can kind of see by the fray a little bit, but that's okay. The blue one, I kind of, what's the word, like tightened the elastic, which I've never had to do because I kind of have a giant head. But yeah, I do wear the blue one, but that one's definitely my fave. I have this, which scan code to help this lady out with her uni work, music in action, inspire, create, educate. I was in the National Library the other day, dripping wet with my headphones in, and I guess she was like, she's probably listening to music. So this lady approached me and was like, please do this survey for my uni course. So yeah, I actually still need to do that. She was like, if you have friends who like classical music, ask them to do that too. And I was like, okay, but does that mean I have to know a lot about classical music? Because I don't. I would love to, but I'm not in the know of such things. So anyways, I also have another library book, which is All Quiet on the Western Front, which it's got me on a roller coaster. I'm reading it very slowly, but I also think like that's necessary with a book like that. It's like an emotional experience as much as anything else. Then I have my current diary, which I am very happy with how I have decorated it. It started out as just these stamps, which I did with Chloe in New York. but I've had it 6 weeks and I'm already this far in. What I'm doing is writing just on one side, and then I'm gonna flip it over and write backwards, because it was like one of those books that's like really flimsy at the beginning, so like it was kind of hard to, okay, everything's falling apart. It was kind of hard to write on the other side, so I thought I'll just do that and it'll be easier. And I'll switch pen colors on my way, which is just fun. I always like to have a journal. I used to go through this phase of only really writing my journal though when I was sad or like in a mentally low place, I guess. But now I've been doing morning pages and I feel like I just write in the morning to get my brain moving, and it does help. I always used to write at the end of the day, and I feel like I would be like, why would I write at the beginning of the day? I have nothing to say, like nothing's happened to me yet. But actually, yeah, it's like opening a tap first thing. So yeah, then I have these order pads, which from my last job, I gave like 70 million of them back, but I found these ones because I was actually gonna write some letters, and these like fit in the envelopes better, and I was gonna tape it with sellotape and like make a little design type thing, but I never ended up doing that. So, but then I had these envelopes and then these little envelopes, which I think are so cute, and some stickers and more stickers, which my sister gave me as a gift to decorate, because I have like at least 3 people I want to write letters to. But yeah, I haven't done that yet. Then I have pads, 5 million of these, probably more of these in the side pockets. Something I love about Scotland is they have such a commitment to access to period products. Every library I've been to has free period pads, tampons. Most cafes have them as well. Umbrella, because honestly, I just had the sleeve of this in my bag and I was like, that's pointless. You kind of need the whole umbrella. I also picked up this rain poncho, which I think is just gonna live in this bag, because I don't know if anyone's lived in New England. I don't know if it's like this in the rest of the US. I studied in Massachusetts. But when it rains there, it's like rain. When it rains here, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like rain here takes up less space. You're still gonna get wet here, but it feels more like weather. In New York, it feels more like it's a state of mind or something. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, the rain's different there. It's heavy rain. And then I have this hand cream. It's from Soap and Glory, which was the thing. Peak Brit Crew, Zoe vlogging era 2016. Still smells the same, so, and it does actually work crazy effective. It's just there because I never take anything out. I have another hand cream. This one's more of a, I would say, heavier duty. It doesn't really seem scented. Anyways, we digress. I then have some chopsticks. I've thought about taking these out, like I notice them all the time, but then I'm also kind of like, you never know when you might need to eat something, so just gonna leave them. And I have my deep heat socks. I put these in today because I was wearing Tevas, and I'm not above wearing socks with sandals. I'm actually very prone to wearing socks with sandals as part of my aesthetic. But I just figured maybe with my Tevas being new, the straps might cause a bit of issues, so I was like, just in case. Then I have some playing cards, except I only have 46, which apparently makes these redundant, but they're from my uni and they have, that's J-Chap, that's Johnson Chapel. What do you mean I can't use these? So I was thinking about getting another pack of cards and switching them out so it'd be the same, but then my friend was like, you can't do that because the back's gonna be different and you'll know. But I just don't think about this because I'm one of those people who, I could have played the card game with you 18 times, you'll still have to tell me the rules. The only rules I don't need explained to me are bullshit. That one I can always play, or cheat if that's what you call it. Anyways, I then have a couple of pens because we need a pen for writing in our journal and working in a restaurant. I had like no pens and then I had 5 million pens. And I also have this clip, which that's not really my vibe. Maybe it could be. That's my vibe when I'm like washing my face, but I don't know if washing my face and walking around in the world is the same aesthetic. Maybe we'll just keep it there and see if I like it, but it's a good, strong clip. Then I have in the side pocket some tampons, paracetamol, and some tea bags, because I feel like these are all things that you don't want floating around in the bottom, but you also want to be able to get to if you want it. The tea bags are kind of rogue, we'll admit that. They're nutmeg and breakfast tea decaf tea bags, so they're gorgeous. But I have my headphones. These are for my MacBook, not my phone. Fun fact, I thought my phone was USB-C and I went round 4 phone stores, ended up at the Apple store because I was looking for what I thought was USB-C and they didn't have them. But actually I needed the lightning cable for my phone. So I bought these ones, so excited after like half an hour to 45 minutes of walking around looking for them. And then I went to plug it in my phone after like ripping open everything. I was like, wow. So then I went to the first phone shop I went to and was like, I'll just get the lightning one as well. Anyways, that's my fun story of me being a silly worm. Just like, you know, when you're so sure of something in your head and then actually it's wrong and you're like, oh. Then I have some paper, which is like too thick to write letters on. So it's kind of just like, if I want to write something but I don't want it to be in my journal, then I'll use that. I honestly feel like I just need to get some printer paper because I really like being able to write without a spine constricting my flow. And also for letters, I just think like paper's better. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here is my pen collection, which just exists in the side pouch. So I chugged a couple of these in today. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for this. I'm so glad we found this. I chucked in these glitter gels for writing my letters because I thought it'd be really cute to write my friends in glitter gel pen. Except I didn't realize this was green. I thought this was baby blue and pink. So, but I also have these like double-edged brush pens, and then the other side is like a fine liner. These 2 pens, which may or may not be from my last restaurant, that was very funny about giving out pens. I gave like 12 of these back at the end. I was like, I see why you're funny about giving these out because I did not realize I had that many. But I kept 2, kind of for the memes. And then I have this super sick pen, which is 4 pens in 1. Another tiger pen. I bought these ones when I was gonna do the law course to be a barrister, but I didn't do that. But they will be useful when I do my masters. And then I have a St. Andrew's pen, which will also be great when I do my master. Then I have my pound, which I was looking for because most like lockers need a pound. Just the main one I use it for is the National Library, like before you go in, because you can't take anything into the reading rooms. You just have to take like a clear bag. You're not even allowed a pen, it has to be a pencil. And then what I was so excited about finding was this tinted Dr. Pawpaw lip balm, but it's also for cheeks and skin. But I've never known how to or where to put blush, so I just never have. I was looking for this when I had my blister because I was trying to blend in the rest of my lips to be the same color, but I kind of think it's quite drying. It's definitely just a tint, but I feel like I need to layer it with a lip balm. My lips are definitely addicted to lip balm and it's something I would like to overcome, but I just love a lip balm, so what are you gonna do? Anyways, I think I showed you everything. Oh, I lied. Well, I'm really glad we did that because I found the sticker, which I was at the library and they have these little, can you see it? What am I doing? I don't know. They have these like little boxes of stickers. And I remember like picking one up while I was waiting for the librarian to find my books that I'd requested. And then I put it down because I was like, it very clearly says for kids, please take one. And then he was like, oh, go on then, you can have fun. So I'm gonna not let that die a silent death after that generosity, and I'm gonna put it somewhere pride of place on my journal. So yeah, great. I was able to take some rubbish out of there as well, and now we can repack this little guy. Also essential is a hair tie. And I also have like a bobby pin. I normally have a few more just like on the edge, just because you never know when you're gonna need a bobby pin. Yeah, I just love that I can just chuck everything in there. What else was in it today was my laptop, which is not there. Oh my gosh, I just saw my brioche that I was just like sitting out there. Maybe I should have put that back in the container. I also have my laptop in there today, and I love that it's like laptop sized too. Yeah, so I'm gonna repack this. Maybe have a little snack and then see you soon. I had to move my position. I was getting a foot cramp. Where should I put you? We can still see me. Oh gosh. Okay.